Here's the moment of truth guys, will these God of War games work on my Android device? Let's find out. Yo, what's up guys, it's Aptrix here. In today's video, we'll be setting up RPCS3 emulator's latest update in the Emulator For Glipsy emulator and testing out all God of War games that are available for PS3. Well, before getting started, let me show you guys the best settings in terms of box 64 version, and I'll be using my Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 Ultra. It doesn't work that great on my iQOO 13. Nonetheless, in terms of preset, make sure to duplicate the performance preset and set the save flags level to 0. Afterwards, tap on OK. Then tap on enter. Afterwards, we'll need to create a new container for RPCS3 emulator. I'll set the resolution as 1280 by 800, and in terms of DX wrapper, we'll go with DXVK. Afterwards, the version will go with asynchronous 1.10.3. Afterwards, tap on OK. Frame rate you can set it to 120 by the way. In terms of audio driver, let it be as default, doesn't matter much. Enable show FPS also full screen. Video memory size set it to 4 GB. Afterwards, go to advanced settings, set the preset of the performance which we just created, and that's about it. Let's create our container. Now we can go back to container settings and make sure to choose the graphics driver, which is going to be 24.3.0, not the latest graphics driver because they might be unstable and unsupported. We'll go with the default best supported graphics driver. Once that has been done, I'll just go ahead and launch my RPCS3 emulator on my Android tablet, and I have enabled my internet connection so that RPCS3 emulator can be updated. So here we go. As you guys just saw, RPCS3 emulator has successfully started on my Android device, and you will see a pop-up that a new version of RPCS3 is available. Let's tap on the yes button and wait until it has been updated. Once the update has been completed, it will restart RPCS3 emulator, and as you guys can see, now we should be all set to start testing out PS3 games on our Android device. To start off, we'll just go ahead and tap on this button. Afterwards, make sure to choose this option to import all of the God of War games that we'll be using in today's video. The first game that I'll be loading is going to be God of War Ascension, and all of these are going to be demo games, not the original game, because if demo games work, then the original games will also work, and the original game size is just too much. That's why it's not really worth it. I'll also be importing some other games as well, for example Uncharted, Last of Us, and even the God of War collection, which consists of God of War 1 and 2. So here we go guys, I have loaded all the demo games that we'll be testing out in today's video. Let's go to configuration. Afterwards, go to CPU configuration and check out the settings that we'll be using in today's video. SPU decoder will be recompiler. In terms of GPU, make sure to set the renderer as Vulkan. This will provide you with best FPS. Select your graphics driver from here. Resolution scaling, you can set it according to your preferences. By default, it has been set to 50% resolution scaling for best performance. Anti-aliasing has been disabled, shader quality is set to low, and asynchronous shader mode has been enabled. Other than that, we can also change the themes of RPCS3. For example, let's apply this theme and you guys will be able to see this emulator much better now. So let's start with our first game which we'll be testing. That is going to be God of War collection demo. Let's tap on the play button and see how much time does it take for PPU compilation. So here we go. At the top left corner, you guys will be able to see the game has successfully booted. Let's open it in full screen. We also have the FPS bar at the top left corner and compiling PPU models. This is the part which takes a lot of time, so you gotta be patient until everything is compiled. And by the way, this is not the ARM64 native build of RPCS3 emulator that we are running. And here we go guys, our game has successfully started. This is pretty amazing, and I have connected the Emulator Android with my PS5 controller. So whenever I press the X button, you guys will be able to see the game is moving forward. And here we go, Sony Computer Entertainment presents Santa Monica Studio. What is most impressive is this right here, 30 FPS at the top left corner. Well, I did not expect this game to boot at all, but here we are, the power of Vulkan, and oh my god, there we go guys, God of War Ghost of Sparta has successfully started in the RPCS3 emulator. Let's start a new game and see how well does it work. Damn guys, just take a look at this. The game has successfully started, and there are some stuttering issues here and there, but we are getting straight up 30 FPS while emulating. I know God of War Ghost of Sparta, but this was ported for PS3. Even though this is not an original PS3 game, still this blows my mind away. And here's the moment of truth guys, the game has successfully started. Will I be able to play God of War on my Android device inside the RPCS3 emulator? Let's find out. Here we go. God of War Collections demo on Android. Oh my god, no graphical issues at all. The graphics quality is also pretty amazing, and will it work? Oh my god, please don't crash. Oh no guys, we were so close to getting this game running on Android. But unfortunately, it seems that the game has crashed. You guys can see there is a crashing issues, verification failed or something like that. thread terminated due to fatal error. So guys, that was a bit disappointing. Nonetheless, let's try out our next game, which is going to be God of War Ascension. Now obviously we got to load PPU models etc. and compile everything before the game actually starts. But what we saw with God of War Ghost of Sparta was nothing short of amazing. Did not expect it to work at 30 FPS. It was rendering every 3D model properly. But unfortunately the game just crashed because of the incompatibility of RPCS3 and this Wine based Windows emulator. Anyways, let's wait until all the PPU models are compiled and I'll be back. Alright, here we go guys. After waiting for around 5 to 10 minutes, finally the PPU models have been compiled, and obviously if you want to run God of War or any RPCS3 game in general, you gotta have at least Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor or above, or else it's not going to be worth it, because generally compiling models takes a lot of time. And here we go, Sony Entertainment presents Santa Monica Studio. Oh my god. I can't believe that all of the God of War games are actually booting up on my Android device. Well, here we go. Oh no, it says the PS3 application has likely crashed at the top left corner. Start our emulator and try to launch the game once again to see if it works or not. So here we go, God of War Ascension, double tap on the game and the emulator itself is crashing now. Unfortunate, but this is everything that you have to deal with when testing out emulators. You gotta wait hours and hours just for a game to work and then everything to crash out. Nonetheless, all the models are compiled, so it will be loading super quickly now. And there we go, once again the game has successfully booted, and here we go, it goes up to 10 FPS and then the PS3 application just crashes, which is a bit unfortunate. Nonetheless, let's try out our next game, which is going to be God of War E3 demo, God of War 3 to be precise. So if this game works, and I know I have myself booted this game on my iQOO 12, but it had lot of graphical issues, but I am pretty sure this game should boot on my Android device. So let's wait until all the models are compiled once again. So guys, here's the moment of truth. Compiling PPU models is almost over. There we go, God of War 3. Oh my god bro, this PS3 application has likely crashed. You can close it. This is super disappointing. Well, let's try reopening this game once again. All the PPU models are compiled. Please boot. No, okay, I think it's booting. Alright, Sony Computer Entertainment present. I thought this game would not boot, but here we go guys, it has finally booted. Man, this is literally tensing me up so much, like there are so many frame drops. I think the game has frozen, but once again I'm not sure. Unfortunately, as you guys can see, the PS3 application has likely crashed. Now there can be one reason for this. That's because my device unfortunately doesn't have enough RAM. My device only has 12 GB of RAM, and emulating PS3 games on Android, I believe, at least requires 16 GB of RAM. Now what do you guys, 16 GB of RAM? Now I can do one thing, by the way. I am planning to purchase a Snapdragon 8 Elite processor Android device pretty soon. I would be very excited to test out this game on that device when there are native drivers for Winlater Android, but as you guys just saw, the games keep on crashing, and here we go, we are getting error after error in the RPCS3 emulators. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Let's try reopening this game once again for the final time to see if it works or not. And no guys, the PS3 application has crashed once again. So anyways, do let me know in the comment section down below which game should I test out in future. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Peace out.